Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 with the New Nations mod as the Mali Empire. In the last episode we have been decreasing relations with the UK with the intention of declaring war on them and taking back our cores and maybe some extra colonial land as well, because they are in a pretty sorry state militarily due to this ongoing Great War, which is in kind of a stalemate. I think it's going to go on that way for a while, since Germany's side has added a bunch of war goals, so they're going to be unwilling to peace out without those, and the UK is going to want to stay in it because they are technically winning, though they're not actually going to probably be able to win, or at least get anything out of it. But anyway, I think that's going to be going for a while, and hopefully they stay at a very weak military level. I'm not 100% convinced the war is a good idea anyway, because we are going to have to also fight the UK's various allies, probably. They'll almost certainly come in. Well, we're technically their ally currently. I think, though, most of the allies are in this war already, so they'll hopefully... I know that the Netherlands, for example, is 100% occupied by Germany right now, so they probably won't be an issue. Sweden, I think, was not in the other war, so we might have to worry about Sweden. I think we can probably take Sweden, though. They only have 15 brigades. Brazil could possibly be a problem, depending on if they bring troops over. But I think this is too good of an opportunity not to do it. It is also going to be very hard for us to get war score, because all of the land here will be worth almost nothing to occupy since it's all colonial. But we should get ticking war score from our war goals anyway. So we do have 2 cores here and here, but I think we will justify another war goal before we actually go to war. Anyway, let's unpause and continue. It would be ideal, actually, if we could somehow get an alliance with France, since they could help us out a great deal in this war by actually landing troops on the mainland UK. Which we could potentially do as well, though I'm worried that even though the UK doesn't have a fleet, maybe the Netherlands does. They do have some fleet here, where this is actually an army standing in the straits? What is this? Anyway, the Netherlands potentially still has a fleet, and Brazil probably as well. Italy declared war on their new enemy Austria. Okay. Germany's involved in that one. Italian liberation of Austrian Istria. I imagine they'll manage to take that. Our budget is looking pretty bad. I think it's probably industrial subsidies mostly, so I think we're going to have to stop subsidizing some factories, much as I hate to do that. That was our main offender there. What else was costing us a lot of money? Clothes factory, artillery factory, glass factory. I think I'll keep one of the artillery factories open. Was it this regular clothes factory or the other one? What am I looking at here? Eastern Mali. The one in Western Mali is also costing us money, though. So I'll close or unsubsidize this artillery factory and the glass factory. Hopefully that should allow us to make some money. Yeah. Okay. Let's decrease relations again. So below 100 we should be able to justify a war. As soon as we can send a diplomat. So we want to do place in the sun. We don't have to choose at this point which colonial state we want to take, though I imagine probably, let's see, probably one of these is going to be best. I mean, we can technically, I guess, take any of their land, like down in South Africa, for example, but I think I'd rather take something that's adjacent. We could take here, Sierra Leone. There's some pretty good pops, and some gold. Maybe we'll take that. It's only 3 counties. Hausaland might be good as well. Good populations. Dahomey, less so. Yoruba states, good populations. Tropical wood, or rubber actually at this point. think we might want to take Sierra Leone. I like that gold province. We could make good use of that, and the other provinces have good population as well. But we don't actually have to choose until we declare the war. So I wonder what our chances actually are. Oh, we were detected almost immediately, but it's only 5.4 infamy, so it's not a big deal. What our chances are of getting an alliance with France, I don't think they will accept right now, because we are in the UK's sphere. Well, they're still pretty far off. They don't like our infamy either. Though, if we somehow got out of the UK's sphere, which we actually... Okay, France is actually pretty close to 100 influence here. So they could get us out of the UK sphere. They're not going to be able to sphere us anytime soon, which would be the best thing to happen in terms of getting us an alliance with them. Let's get some more military techs just in case we have to fight people. And I think we can stop encouraging craftsmen for a while. I might just change all my craftsman focuses to soldiers. In our most populated areas. Okay, extra farming output. And Liberia is sending us diplomatic relations, that's fine. Yeah, France is actively influencing, though they are discredited, so obviously they are going to be increasing it quite slowly, if at all. Great power contention. Our independence is gradually being undercut, and more becoming something that only exists on paper, as several foreign great powers vie for control over our political institutions. Recently, tensions have erupted between several great powers, each vying for dominance over our government. If any of them attempts to assert themselves in Mali Empire, it will mean conflict with our government, the other great powers, and possibly even war. Good news! Okay, so... nations that don't have me in their sphere and have more than 50 influence will get the tensions in the Mali Empire event. That means France, I think. Basically, so I don't know if this is going to reduce their influence or what, we'll see. Okay, Italy has indeed acquired Istria with Germany's help. Yeah, they still have the influence, so they should be able to get us out of the UK's sphere at some point. Discredit lasts until September, okay. It's going to be another 200 days for our war justification. Let's keep an eye on the UK's military. They are building up a little bit. They have 5 brigades compared to the previous 2. I'm surprised they don't have more war exhaustion. I guess it's because they aren't being sieged at all in their core provinces, or blockaded. Oh, they actually are being sieged now. Germany got some troops over. Excellent. Although this does mean that their war might end if they're going to get their land occupied. Though it'll take a while for Germany to get up to their war goals. Okay, France managed to remove us from the UK's sphere. That's good news, I guess. We'll try to form an alliance with them. Actually, they might be more willing to accept if we didn't have our alliance with the UK, so maybe we should just break that. It will adversely affect relations, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, come on, France. They will not accept. Still at minus 59. This went to minus 58. I think our infamy went down a bit. Well, we are building ships, I believe, so maybe as our strength goes up, they'll be a little more willing to do it. We might be able to crank out a few more military units as well, since we're encouraging soldiers now. Colonial setback. Despite the modest nature of our just demands, there seems to be no international support for readjusting the colonial balance. between ourselves and the UK. While this is a setback, we have no doubt that one day we will possess an empire that the sun never sets on. So we have lower CB generation speed, alright. Unfortunately, since we broke the alliance, we can't actually see what's going on up here anymore. Was it Canterbury that's being sieged? Yeah. We can at least see the siege progress. It's going to take Germany a while to make some serious progress on sieging them, I guess. Occupying. Maybe I'll try reopening some of these factories and see if they can sustain themselves. We have a decent amount of money. Okay, seems to be going alright. Greater coal production output. And that's another boat getting built. Okay. I'm not sure who was acquiring what from whom there, but here's what it looks like now. So, Italian Istria now belongs to Italy. Germany pieced out Mysore, some of the UK's little spherelings, I think. Okay. Malian patriots. We have been contacted by Malian patriots currently living under the dominion of a neighbouring country. They suggest that there is an opportunity to stir up sentiment among those living there so they may rise up and rejoin the mother country. There is, of course, a risk that our efforts could be discovered and bring war down upon us. Should we help them? So for £50,000, which is more money than we have, Portugal, the Portuguese land that is our course, which I think is just this one little province in here, will get militancy and consciousness. I don't think that's worth £50,000. It's only a tiny area. Unfortunately, we're going to have to annoy jingoists and reactionaries. Oh well. Don't think it's worth it. Maybe this is like one of the most valuable provinces, who knows. 13k pop and wheat don't really appeal to me that much. Okay, there's a tech. I think we'll continue getting a few more military techs for the moment. Okay, we are 87% done with our justification. Let's see what France feels like now. 58. I guess they have too many alliances, since we don't have any. I wonder if there's any chance of anybody helping us out. I guess potentially Spain could help. Nope. If it's just up to us, we are going to have to get all our war score basically from ticking war score of occupying our war goals. Norway, probably not going to be much help. I really just want somebody that will be able to get troops onto the UK mainland. They are rebuilding a little bit. Apparently the Germans have stopped occupying them, or maybe lost a battle or something. Nope, everyone's pretty far away from accepting, I think. Russia? Nope. Well, if France manages to sphere us, then we might be able to get an alliance with them. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to happen. But I think we're going to have our war justification long before that happens. And we do have it now. So I think we get to keep this for a year. Yeah. I think, though, that our best bet is probably to just declare immediately, rather than wait on the off chance that France will sphere us before then. I don't know if it's even going to be possible for us to get the cores and the whatever other province we want to take from just ticking war score, and however tiny amount of war score we can get from the colonial occupations, but who dares wins? Let's try. So we'll declare with the place in the Sun CB and add acquire core later. And what did I say we wanted? Sierra Leone, I think it was. Will cost 4 war score to demand in a peace deal. Okay. If we achieve this war goal, we'll get 22 prestige. Okay. So we do have all of their little friends in. Not their allies yet. We'll see who joins. Probably should supply my troops, though we probably won't have to be fighting anybody immediately. We'll get troops into the war goal, some over here, to start on our cores, and we may as well siege these provinces as well. Ooh, France declared war on Spain, and the US declared war on France. Wow. Separate wars? French colonial conquest of Gabon. American liberation of French Hawaiian Islands. Interesting. Okay. So, turns out France would maybe have been a bit distracted anyway. Okay, so the third way, fascism is invented in the Netherlands, apparently. Okay. Rubber production output. We don't have any rubber provinces, I think. Okay, so that should give us ticking war score. Alright, so we ended up with Brazil in here, Netherlands, who we don't need to worry about, Sweden, who might potentially do something. We'll just keep an eye out, I suppose. Who else is in here? Okay. Still no movement really in Britain's war, it seems, which is good. Alright, we have this, we'll, I guess, start sieging up here as well. Ooh dear. Rather a lot of Jacobin rebels. Well, France is helping us out, I guess. I think we'll... Let's see. I have you on rebel suppression. I'll take you off and you off. You can continue sieging the British land, and you can take care of these. In fact, we'll just do rebel suppression on both of these for the moment. Okay, extra morale, and we can actually pass a reform. Actually do basic school system, that's nice. Help out with our literacy gain. Chimney sweepers. A young boy arose from the inside of a chimney and gently sat down on the roof. His face and clothes were blackened by the soot from the chimney and showed that this was not the first chimney he had swept this day. Tired, he climbed down from the roof and trotted off after receiving a penny from the house matron. The hard work that the city's young chimney sweepers perform has outraged many, and a committee has been formed to tackle the rough working conditions. Okay, so we can have Pops in Eastern Mali be more in favour of 14-hour workday, or have all poor strata in Eastern Mali gain militancy. They can be in favour of a 14-hour workday. I guess that's fine. Okay, you finished your siege there. I'll actually send this one to take care of the rebels in this area. So let's see what our war score is like. Okay, 0%. It seems that all of the occupations we've done so far are not enough to add up to even 1% war score, but we are getting the daily war score from occupying Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, we are not doing well enough yet to add additional war goals, but hopefully once this ticks up a bit, we'll be able to do that, and then we'll instantly start taking war score from them since we're already occupying them. Alright, well, we're actually out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here and continue this war in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.